What's going on with it, man? What it do, man? We back at it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Another episode. You know what I mean? Back like I never left. Snax on Sportz. Y'all already know what time it is. We back with another one. Let's get into it, man. Got a little coffee. You know what I mean? For some warm to be on my throat, because, you know what I mean? My throat is a little, been yelling a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Watching these games and all that. So, but let's get into it, man. I wanted to talk about these Golden State Warriors. You know, the legendary Golden State Warriors. They gonna make a movie about this team, man. About this era of Warriors dominance. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Michael Jordan's Last Dance. They gonna have something like that about these Warriors. You know what I mean? Because this is just this is a story that has everything. You know what I mean? From winning to losing to winning to going back down as one of the bottom teams, coming back up, winning again, star players coming and leaving, and so. But Golden State Warriors defeated the Boston Celtics Saturday night in the NBA's first prime time game of the season, I would say. I guess you could say. Man, it was a great win for the Warriors, and parking mode on. I just wanted to speak on it because, the thing that I took from this game is something that I already knew. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times I already know certain things, but seeing something else on top of what you already know, or reading something, or somebody telling you something, just kind of like confirms it. So the way they played last night, or the way they played on Saturday night, basically just confirmed to me what I was already thinking, what I already knew, which was the Warriors are the best team in the league, and I'm not worried about anything that they got going on in the early part of the season as far as wins and losses. Okay, now, are there some things that may be a little bit concerning as far as, that they need to work on and get better at and all that type of stuff? Yeah. But it's so early in the season, and this is a team that has won 4 championships, bro. I know everybody on the team don't have 4 championships, but damn near everybody on the team got at least one. You know what I'm saying? So this is a team that has been through it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what the Warriors showed on Saturday night is that, for one, they're still the best team in the league. I don't give a fuck about record. They're the best team in the league because the Boston Celtics had been demolishing teams. You know what I'm saying? They had been, thus far in the season, they had been by far and away the best team playing. You know what I mean? Them and Milwaukee Bucks right behind them. And then, the West is all like bunched up. But the Boston Celtics have been far and away the best team, record-wise. You know what I'm saying? In the league. And the Warriors have been up and down. You know what I'm saying? They came into this game on a 2-game losing streak, 2 games that they should have won. Okay? The first game that they lost, that they should have won, was who did they play against, man? The last one was the Jazz, but I forget who they played, but it was a game that they should have won. I forget. And then the next one was the Utah Jazz. And they just totally choked down the stretch. Now, Steph didn't play. in that game. Draymond didn't play in that game. Wiggins has been out, for a few games now. So we didn't have, a lot of our core players. Clay did play, but Clay's not the most cerebral player. You know what I'm saying? So it was a few mental blunders that he made down the stretch in that game against the Utah Jazz that helped the Jazz in beating a team that had a 4-point lead with 13 seconds to go. You got to close. I don't give a damn if Steph ain't playing. Like, you played that well and you got a lead. You got a 4-point lead with 13 seconds to go. You got to win that game. It don't matter who on the fucking court. You know what I'm saying? Or who not on the court. So, yeah. It just be disappointing sometimes when they lose games that they should win because they just not playing with the necessary effort, or they just dogging it, or they just shouldn't lose. Because you don't want them. I don't want my team, the Warriors, to get in a situation where down the stretch down the stretch of the season, they're trying to make up for games that they lost early in the season and get better seeding and all of that. Like, win all the games that you're supposed to win, bro, so you ain't got to worry about all that. However, after saying all of that, like I said, the game against the Boston Celtics just affirmed and confirmed to me that there's nothing to worry about. And I did an episode on this last week, pertaining to the Warriors. I'm not worried about the Warriors, bro. And that win against the Boston Celtics Saturday night just confirmed it. Like, they're going to get this. And it's kind of, sad in a way that, you got a team that picks and they want to play hard against and give full effort. But I think that's less of them like being like I said, a bad team, and just more of the fact that they won so much that we all know the regular season does matter. For all this, the regular season don't matter shit. It does matter. But for this team, it's not the end all be all to be like the first or second seed. It's just not. As long as the Warriors have a top 6 seed or a top 6 seed in the Western Conference, they can come out of the West. As long as they avoid that play-in, because not that they can't win in the play-in, but the thing about the play-in is it's a one and done kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught in that. You know what I mean? Because one game, anything can happen. Anybody, it's just, you don't want to get caught up in that. You know what I mean? In a series, the best team is going to win. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So, the Warriors showed that, hey, we is the champs. So while y'all want to talk about the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns and all these teams, we are the reigning defending champions. And I be hearing all these motherfuckers talk about what the Warriors can't do and this and that, and they can't get back, and like, bro, we won't know what the Warriors can do until the playoffs start. They cannot be dethroned in the regular season. They can only be dethroned in the playoffs. Now, they can be dethroned in the regular season if they don't make the playoffs, which we all know they're going to make the playoffs. But I say that to say, all this premature, all these premature narratives about the Warriors because of how they playing, like, have they not earned the right to, like, have a few fuck-ups or coast a little bit? I mean, 4 championships in 8 years. 4 championships in 6 tries. Like, the Warriors are the dynasty of this era. They haven't earned the right from you guys to give them the benefit of the doubt that they gonna be able to be where they need to be by the time the playoffs roll around? Y'all, they just 4 championships in 8 years. That don't mean nothing to y'all. They're showing you that they know how to do this. They know how to get it done. A few losses early in the season that's not gonna, affect them like that. You know what I'm saying? The best record in the league and all that, they've been there. They've done all that. They've been there, done that. That's not what's important. Let that be for the teams that ain't never won shit, that's trying to win some shit. Y'all can win the get all the MVPs and the best record in the league and all. We already done all that. We done won MVPs. We done had the best record, and all that shit. One champ. We trying to continue to just put more banners up in Chase Center, fam. That's the goal. Put as many banners in Chase Center while Steph, Clay, and Dre is still in their prime. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that game on Saturday night against the Boston Celtics just showed me that, they know when they get up for the games that they supposed to get up for. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a little message to the league, like, yeah, y'all think the Boston Celtics is it, huh? Like they won the championship. Okay. Watch, like Skip Bayless say, watch this. You know what I'm saying? So, that would, it's pretty much my take on that. Let me see. Though. Go to say Warriors face up against the Boston Celtics for the first time in the season and be a part of the Warriors coming out victorious. Triggered at the moment of depth, being down this. Then the ship goes where it reminds Celtics. Yeah, so we just all the Warriors did on Saturday night, it's just bop them niggas on the head. Bop them niggas on the head. Them niggas was Boston baked beans, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking Boston Celtics was Boston baked beans, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or like I like to call them, the Loston Celtics. LOSS. The Loston Celtics. Because they took a loss. Yeah. Jason Tatum. Yeah, boy, you look like how you looked in the finals. 6 for 19 or 6 for 21 or whatever the fuck you was. They talking about, they saying he the MVP. He the MVP of the league. Yeah. He didn't look like MVP against us. Clay was D'ing that nigga up. That looked like the old Clay defense. You know what I'm saying? And Wiggins didn't even play. Now, I know the Celtics, they didn't have Al Horford. And they also had the nigga with the dreads, the big man Williams, Robert Williams. But he ain't played all season. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't debuted yet. So, it was missing 1 or 2 pieces. But we was missing Wiggins and Wiseman. I know motherfuckers go, oh, nigga, Wiseman ain't Wiseman. Nigga, watch Wiseman make an impact on this team come down the stretch of this season and in the postseason. Just watch. He's going to make an impact. I'm not saying he's going to make an impact like he going to be, 25 and 15. No, he's going to make the right type of impact that we need in a game where, in the playoffs or something that's unexpected, and he's going to make an impact. I already know this. I'm sure of it. So, yeah. We didn't even have Wiggins, bro. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? So, that was just a great win, and it furthermore just put me in a state of, just as a fan of the Warriors, just like I'm not even tripping off this team and what they do, until the postseason starts. Because all that win just did right there that's all I needed to see for me to say, okay, they still that team. Like I said, I already knew they was, but I just had to, see. Now, I would like to see them start to play a little bit better on the road, though. You know what I mean? And start getting some of these, picking up some of these road wins. And hopefully this win against the Celtics can catapult them to some type of little run. I know they didn't have, runs where they didn't, they didn't have a little 3 or 4 game win streak so far. They had like and then they, won 4 out of 5 and, like 5 out of 7 or something like that. That's cool after the 3 and 7 start. But I want them to get on like a little 7-8 game winning streak real quick, man. Hopefully this Boston Celtics victory catapults them to that. You know what I'm saying? And I like what Draymond Green said before the game when he was being interviewed by the NBA Countdown crew. Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. Smith, and that bitch. I give her no respect after that shit you did and you said about Kyrie. You know what I mean? And that shit you said about Ime Udoka. Yeah. I can't fuck with that. With the bitch. Malika. Y'all know the fuck I'm talking about, that bitch. Yeah, so I don't even acknowledge her. But, they asked Draymond, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what the exact question was, but it was basically about what teams are they looking at, is he looking at, to, as, a threat or whatever. And he basically said, the team we finna play tonight, the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I mean? And he said what I thought last year, which was we could have easily played the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals last year. So they looking at them teams. I said the last season, once the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks had that matchup in the second round, I said, this is the Eastern Conference Finals right here. Whoever wins this series is going to the finals. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing this year. I got Warriors Bucks this year in the finals. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, he basically, Draymond Green was like, yeah, I'm looking at the Celtics and the Bucks as the teams that, we got to look out for as far as preventing us from winning the championship. And Stephen A. Smith was like, brother, you didn't mention nobody in the West. You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? And he basically doubled down like, yeah, I'm not concerned about nobody in the West. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. He said the right politically correct things as, you want to be respectful to your opponents. And he said, we have the, as Coach Kirk tells us, we have the appropriate level of fear for that you should have for, good teams in the NBA and, good teams in the West, Phoenix, Memphis, things like that. But he essentially was saying, nah, I don't see any problem in the West. And, he essentially saying, I'll see us coming out the West. There's no team in the West that I feel like if we at full strength and play how we supposed to play in the playoffs like we usually do, ain't no team in the West gonna beat us. And I totally agree with that. And I like the fact that he said that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the fact that he said that shit straight fuck up. I'm watching this Monday night football game too. Patriots against Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins on steroid, HGH using ass, just fumbled the ball and let New England run it back for a fumble recovery touchdown. But yeah, man, it's just one of the things where I love the fact that Draymond said that. Lets me know that they know what they not in no fear of nothing. They not, they know what the fuck. They know what's on the line, and they know what the goal is, and they know when to get up and who to get up for. You know what I'm saying? So let me see some shit, man, because I want to see if there's anybody, because I didn't watch it. Let me see if I can get some commentary about this topic right here before I end this particular episode. I'm trying to start making my episodes a little more shorter. I know I say that a lot, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it is what it is. If I end up just going for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. But I am trying to consciously start making my episodes, just kind of shorten them a little bit. Because I think that will, niggas got short attention span. So I should be able to say everything I need to say within 15 to 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely no more than like 30 minutes. But sometimes I'm going to still go over that just because a lot of times I'll be having shit I need to say. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, what am I trying to do here? Okay, yeah, subscriptions. Yeah, though, solid win, man. Solid win for the Warriors, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful thing. And the crazy thing about it is, I was talking to my neighbor about it. The crazy thing about it is, I knew they was gonna win that game. Like, I'm like, man, the Warriors been up and down, playing like shit one game, and then playing like champions the next game. I don't know what team is gonna show up. But when I really thought about it, I'm like, the Warriors gonna win this game. And you could totally see from the start of the game. From the start of the game, you could see it was a whole different, it was a different level for them. It was a different level. They played that game like it was a playoff game to let niggas know. I'm talking about deep, like it's the best defense that they played for a whole game all year. Everybody was locked in. Everybody was locked in defensively. I'm like, where this been all year, bruh? Oh, I know. Y'all niggas still. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm sorry. It's just the truth. I just believe this in my heart. The Warriors have that championship hangover thing still kind of like lingering, where they still kind of like in the celebratory kind of mode. Subconsciously. They're not doing it consciously. They're subconsciously still kind of like, you know what I mean? Because, bro, like, they just won the championship. They know how good they are, bro. They know. Now, the only thing that, the bench, could improve a little bit more, the bench play. You know what I'm saying? That could improve a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But they played well on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things, man, to where, like I said, you can see it. You could see it from tip-off that the Warriors was there to play on Saturday night. And he ain't and they wasn't fucking around. And Steph Curry, the Splash Brothers went off. Splash Brothers went the fuck off. Both of them scored over 30. Okay, Clay had 34. He was on their ass from the Clay was on a mission. He was on a mission. He was like, yeah, I'm playing tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna bust you down. I'm finna bop you niggas on the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? And so you niggas that Klay Thompson is still here. Ain't no washed up nothing going on. Yeah. I'm still making these buckets, man. Getting these buckets. You know what I'm talking about? And Steph was kind of letting everybody do their thing and this and that. And then when the second half came, he turned it up a little bit. He ended up with 32. I heard Eddie Howe say, because I was watching the Boston Celtics post-game show, and I heard Eddie Howe say that, yeah, Steph had 32, but he had a quiet 32. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that. I know motherfuckers say, well, how can you have a quiet 32? He did, like, it was loud at times, but it seemed like Klay was more of the one that had the louder game, even though he only had 2 more points than Steph. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Steph's 32 was kind of like a little bit more quiet. But even though he has some you know, some big moments, the buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter when he and then shot that motherfucker. Now, I posted about this, you know, after the game, bro, and we see this all the time from Steph, but just the disrespect. Like, he got to be the most disrespectful player in the world in NBA history, okay? To shoot a 30-footer, and before the shit splashed through the net, you already running back the other way, looking the other. You're not even looking at the motherfucker go in. It's just ridiculous, bro. This guy is just, he's not human, bro. He's not human. He's done this repeatedly. And every time I see it, I'm just amazed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he did it on the mid-range, too. That nigga in the second half, nigga over in the mid-range, you know what I'm saying, pulled up on their ass, mid-range, and just shot it, and just walked back, and just ran back down, and he didn't even watch it go through. On the mid-range. And he did that one kind of like this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, when the Warriors play like they played Saturday night, no one's beating them, bro. No one's beating them. It's not happening. So, you niggas better hope they have a lot of off nights in the playoffs and a lot of lackadaisical play in the playoffs. Because if they play the majority of their games in the playoffs like they played last night, they finna raise banner number 5. Yeah, straight the fuck up. And that just is what it is. Because there's no doubt the best game that they've played all year. And that was the best team they've played all year. So they played their best game in the biggest game of the year so far. And that says a lot, and it says that, you know, they still ready for the woe, man. You know what I'm saying? They ready for the woe, dog. You know what I mean? They don't pull out their gun. They not pulling out their gun. You know, they withhold it, and only you know, they only drawing down on niggas when they need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see if Stephen A. said anything. I don't see it. I think it's just because the Warriors play Saturday night, and then you had Sunday football, so everybody's talking about, you know, what happened with the football games and stuff. So ain't a whole bunch of talk being made about what the Warriors did on Saturday night. But in some kind of way, I feel like if the Warriors would have lost, they would have been talking about it. And the Warriors, they aren't ready for the big time right now, or this year, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, man, great win, bro. Great win. Showed up and showed out how they were supposed to against a very good team, the best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? You know, so one more thing though. I'm listening to, you know, this is about, you know, local media, Bay Area sports media, and 95.7 The Game. Y'all know I'll be going in on them niggas. It's like I got a love-hate relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? I love them or love certain personalities on that station, you know, but I hate them at the same time. I hate them literally, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just in a playful, what the fuck type of take, what is you talking about kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But I heard Bonte Hill of 95.7 The Game and the guy that's the host for you know, the pregame and postgame for the Warriors on CSN Bay Area. The nigga that always talk like he always talk like his nose is like this, like it's stuffed up, and like he need to blow his fucking nose. Listen to that nigga, man. That nigga sound like he always talking like he got his nose is stuffed up. You know what I'm saying? But on the pregame and postgame, he's the host of the show, and then he's there with the other commentators or whatever are former players. Chris Mullin, Hall of Fame basketball player, and Darrell Wright. Darrell Wright, solid NBA player who had a, you know, great, you know, had a solid NBA career. He played 13, 14, 15 years in the league. He played with the Warriors, won a championship with the Heat in 2006. So, what's today? Monday? Yeah. Today's Monday. So, when did I hear this? Because the game was Saturday night. This must have been yesterday. But yesterday was Sunday. I'm trying to get, but I'm blacking out all of a sudden because Bonte Hill usually isn't on the radio on the weekends. But I heard this after the game. The game was on Saturday night, and today is only Monday, and I didn't hear it today, so it had to be yesterday. So I believe he was on the radio yesterday morning at some point. Because sometimes, you know, they'll have somewhere you come fill in for whatever. It was either Bonte Hill or I'm going to say it was Bonte Hill. I believe it was Bonte Hill. Either Bonte Hill or that other white guy that be on with Dibs. But anyway, the motherfucker said that he said, I think it was the white dude, and he was talking about Bonte Hill, saying that Bonte was saying that, you know, Darrell Wright, former NBA player, had, because they do the pregame and the postgame show together, so they watch the games together. You know what I'm saying? So he said that, so Bonte Hill had basically said that when he's watching the game with Darrell Wright, He said within the first 3 minutes of the game, Darrell Wright, after only the first 3 minutes that went by, Darrell Wright was like, the Warriors gonna win this game. You know what I'm saying? And he said he was like how do you know that, or how can you say? And I'm like, my thought is like, see, that's the difference between an NBA player and a nigga that don't do shit but just talk and run their motherfucking mouth. Okay? He's telling you, he trying to tell you, I'm a former NBA player. Okay? I can see within the first 3 minutes of this game, they here to play, they're gonna win this game tonight. You nigga that just sit there and talk and ain't never played shit and ain't got no type of talents with nothing, you gonna sit there and say, well, how can you say that? Because out of how they've been playing, I don't give a fuck how they've been playing. This man got knowledge of the game because he been playing it his whole motherfucking life. So he knows. Just in the little 2 or 3 minutes that he seen in the first quarter, he could see right then and there. They not playing tonight. And they gonna win this game. So that was just something that was funny to me, and it just shows how stupid the media is sometimes, how stupid they can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, just understand what this man is saying. He knows what the fuck he speaks of. He played the game at the highest level. Okay? So he trying to tell you that I have this type of experience. I know what it looks like and feels like to be on a team that soon as it's time for the game to start and it's tip-off time, hey, we already know coming to the arena, we ain't losing tonight. Yeah. And he's saying that's the type of the way the Warriors played. That's the attitude that they had. He can see that from just within the first 2 or 3 minutes. He's seen it. So, you know, I thought that was dope how he pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was dope how the media member, you know, showed how dumb he is. You know. But yeah, man. But yeah, nah, that's you know everybody play well though. You know, Steph and Clay done their thing. Steph is on pace to have a 50-40-90 season. 50% from the field. %50 from the field, 40% from the 3-point line, and 40% from 3 and 90% from the free throw. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just like, it's just ho hum now. You know what I'm saying? He's only did it once in his career. He's had other times where he was close to doing it, but it's not a lot of players that have done it. And it's only like, I don't want to be, I mean, I'm not going to be exact because I don't have the exact number, but it's not the number of players in NBA history that have achieved 50, 40, 90, it's in the single digits. It's not double digits. So I think it's like 5 or 6 or something like that. And the players I know that have done it, that I know who have done it off the top of my head, are Steph Curry, Steve Nash, and Kevin Durant. Those 3 have done it. And then it's like 2 or 3 more, something like that. So that tells you how rare it is. But he on base, you know, he averaging over 30 points, you know, and he's averaging over 30 points. Shooting 50% from the field, shooting over 40% from 3, and shooting 90% from the free throw line. And last year, because he had a little down year 3-point shooting wise, which I believe was started off by the fact that he was trying to break that 3-point record last year, and as he was getting close to it, he just started chucking up threes left and right. He was trying to just get it out the way, and you know, I think that calls for his 3-point percentage to drop a little bit. But he got it back up for the playoffs. Definitely got it back up for the finals. And that's what matters most. And this year, he right back to over 40%, like he is for, like he's been for his whole career. So, but motherfuckers was talking last year like he's starting to, not motherfuckers, stupid Bay Area sports media, okay, was talking last year, like in particular, Matt Steinmetz, you dumb son of a bitch, talking about, trying to talk about Steph Curry like all of a sudden he's over the hill now because his 3-point shooting wasn't as prolific last year as it normally is. You know what I mean? He was maybe 3 or 4% below what he, normally shoots. I think he shot like 38%. At the end of the year, he shot like 38% or something like that. You know what I mean? He's usually, 40 or above. But yeah, niggas were talking like, he was, and I was been saying like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this nigga ain't over the hill. Cause, you know what I mean? Like, and he showed it. He showed it in the playoffs last year. And this year, he should be in the MVP race. They talking about motherfucker want to talk about, look. Now, I know, what's his name? I know, Jason Tatum has kind of, pulled away a little bit. He's pulled away in the lead a little bit as far as, at least from what they say, in the MVP race. And with who being right behind him, who are they saying is right behind him? I think Luka, and so that's who I was going to go to. Luka, or Giannis, but Luka, how is Luka in the MVP? So they want to, because the Warriors have been hovering around 500 the majority of the year, that kind of disqualifies Steph Curry from winning the MVP, but he has just as good numbers, if not better, than Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? Probably not better overall, because Luka, is good with the rebound and the assist as far as like a high total. You know what I mean? He probably, somewhat almost averages like a triple double. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying his numbers are right there. And Steph has been carrying the team for the most part, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, a lot of nights, and he's been playing amazing. So he should be an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna hold Steph Curry to that standard, like, oh yeah, he's playing great, but the team is hovering around 500. Well, shit, what the fuck is Luka Doncic doing being an MVP candidate then? Them niggas like a game below 500 and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that. It's just it's whole hump. Steph Curry is in that category now, to where it's like, you won so much, you're so accomplished. We just need to just give these awards to other motherfuckers now. You know what I mean? You already got 2 of them, bitch. Yeah, you could have got the third 2 years ago, and you probably the MVP this year. You know what I mean? After what you did to the Celtics, shit, to me, nigga, he should be in the MVP league. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all saying that, you know, since y'all saying that, you know, the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum was the lead, you know, was the best team and the MVP candidate after what the Warriors just did to him. Don't that put Steph Curry in the league for the MVP? So, but yeah, man, these motherfuckers be stupid. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, man, on this one, is that that was a great win. That's what I was just finishing. And yeah, everybody played great. You know, Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers, they did Splash Brother things. Jordan Poole poured in 20. You know, Draymond was doing Draymond things. You know, Looney was doing Looney things. You know, grabbing all type of rebounds, and that nigga had like 16, 17 rebounds and shit. You know, DiVincenzo, you know, he kind of, you know, doing his thing. Kuminga is starting to come on now. You know what I'm saying? Kuminga is starting to know how to play within the you know, how he's supposed to play within this system. You know what I mean? And be successful. He's starting to get it. You know. But yeah, Kuminga been playing well like the past 2 weeks. You know. It seems like every game he's getting better and better. And he ain't scared of the moment. You know what I mean? He ain't no little punk, pussy, bitch, poodle ass nigga. You know what I mean? He be ready. You know? So, you know, defense, he's starting to. What is up with all these dogs around here? You know, yeah, man, these motherfuckers roll around here, bruh. You know, but yeah, man, Kuminga is coming on. Kuminga is playing well. You know what I'm saying? I can't front off Kuminga. You know, Kuminga is really, you know, and he played well against the Celtics. What do you have, like 14? You know what I'm saying? Had a big dunk. You know? Yeah, though, man. Yeah, Kuminga played well. Moody got in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Moody is you know, he cool too. You know what I mean? But you know, he's starting to get to a point to where now we you know, we may want, you know, need to start maybe seeing just a little bit improvement from him too, just as far as like, now Moody doing his thing though too. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know what I mean, because he's still a young player, but what I'm saying is I feel like Kuminga has caught up to him as far as knowing how to play the NBA game wise. And on top of that, Kuminga has the upper hand on him, like just in natural gifts and talents and athletically. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why Kuminga been getting more playing time, because he's already just like more naturally, I don't want to say I guess, but he's more like just naturally gifted. You know what I mean? Then Moody is kind of more of a cerebral, you know. No, I'm not saying he's not athletic. He's athletic too, but he's not as athletic and just like physically gifted as Kuminga. You know what I'm saying? And now that Kuminga has caught up to him as far as, like I said, mentally, while I'm not saying that, you know, Kuminga is all the way, you know, is all the way there, but for a while there, Moody was the one that kind of like had like maybe a step or two ahead of Kuminga as far as like just looking like he knows what he's doing out there. Yeah, he would still make young player mistakes, rookie mistakes or whatever, but he just looked more the part and looked like he know what he's doing out there. Now Kuminga is starting to look like that. And not only is he starting to look like that, but it's showing up in the box score as well. You know, so, you know, Moody is more, right now, he's more of a kind of like spot up 3-point shooter and a defender, which I think, you know, that's, you know, he's what's the word? He's I would say he's dope in doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's dope in doing that, you know, but you know, sometimes he still, you know, he may make a little, you know, a mistake or two. I'm not, Kuminga made a mistake or two too, but I'm just saying Kuminga is just a little bit more athletically gifted. So now that he's caught up to him is with the mentals, you know, because they always say Moody was the, you know, he's an old soul, you know what I mean, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And I could see that from the outside looking in. But yeah, but Moody, you know, Moody doing his thing. Just want to see him show just a little bit more improvement as far as like, you know, knowing what he should be doing. Like I said, he already shows that he gets it, but he still can be a little better at it. I'm talking about he showed that he gets it as far as as far as such a young player that he is. You know what I'm saying? But I think now it's time for him to show, if you want to get on the court more, you know, one, you gotta play lockdown defense, and you got to be able to stop somebody and not make mistakes defensively and defensive rotations and all that. And then offensively, I mean, make the shots when you open. I understand you ain't gonna make every shot, but you know what I mean. You know, make the shots when you, and he did, and he usually does that. That's one thing I'll give him. He's a solid 3-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give him that. And then, but yeah, when you drive the basket and drive to the basket and get in a little, you know, he needs to work on what you gonna do when you get there, and what you was getting ready to do, you can't do no more because they closed that up. You know, a lot of times he'd get there and then stop, and then we look for somebody to pass to and try to squeeze the ball through somewhere and then end up turning the ball over or something like that. That's the stuff that get him pulled from the game, because it's like you gotta if you're gonna drive that motherfucker, you gotta get there and be able to get a shot off, or, you know, if you can't get there, then pass it off, but you gotta make sure that you get the pass off and get it to your teammate. You know, you can't be out here making little hoe-ass passes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to make Steve Kerr say, okay, come sit over here with me, nigga. You not ready. You know what I'm saying? But, nah, Moody is, I'm not worried about Moody. I'm not worried about Moody at all. Just like I was never worried about Kuminga or Wiseman. You know what I'm saying? I did say at one point, you know, I wanted Kuminga to, like I did say at one point that like there's no, because I think Kuminga came in with a lot of this hype and, you know what I mean? And after seeing him play for so long, I kind of started to feel like, okay, there's no guarantee that he gonna turn into some perennial all-star player. You know what I mean? He gotta go do it. And you know, the past couple weeks he's stepped it up. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing well. And yeah, to Michael Green, I've been already feeling like the past couple weeks he's been starting to get the hang of, you know, what the Warriors are trying to do in the system and all that. And like I said, Wiggins didn't play, but everybody doing their thing, man. Everybody, you know, that was a good team win. So that's pretty much all it is about it, man. They just showed me ain't nothing to worry about. If they have a little 2 or 3 game losing streak, or if they end up losing a game to an inferior team or whatever, it ain't to be getting all mad at, like, what the fuck is they doing and why they, you know, it just, even though I just, like I said in one of the last videos, I'm not worried about the team. I just want to win. I'm greedy like that. It's one thing if a team just outplay you, but these teams, these games where you should win and then you get down to the last 3 or 4 minutes and get a game away, like, come on, man, that's not of a championship team. So I'm just saying that I know it's not a big deal, but, you know, I want to win. I want to win. You know what I'm saying? I want to win these games and go to sleep feeling good at night. You know what I'm saying? Not going to sleep like, fuck, these niggas done blew a damn game. It ain't another game for another 2 nights and shit to erase this one out my damn head. Even though, like I said, I'm really not overly tripping off of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Off every little regular season game. But it's just within that moment, right when and right after they lose a game that I feel like they should win just because they the better team. It's like, bro, it's just frustrating in that moment. But it's nothing to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We bopped the Boston Celtics over the head. Let the league know. Put the league on notice. Yeah, we still the best team in the league. We the defending champs. And we got Milwaukee tomorrow night, which is Tuesday night. And we gonna bat them niggas in the mouth too. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling myself in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No guarantee we gonna win the game. It's in Milwaukee, so y'all know how on the road we ain't been doing shit on the road, nigga. So, but you know, Milwaukee ain't infallible. You know what I'm saying? They just lost to the Houston Rockets 2 nights ago. Or no, last night. So yeah, they just lost to the, you know, one of the worst teams in the league, you know, last night. So yeah, it's nothing to, and then they lost to somebody else the game before that. So they on a 2-game losing streak. You know, I don't know how well that bodes for us, because I know they're gonna be trying to get off the 2-game losing streak snide. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we coming in with that good momentum, nigga. We coming in like, yeah, nigga. We just beat Boston. You feel me? Now, you feel me? We finna go at the motherfucking the next team that they say we might meet in the finals, the Bucks, and bop them niggas on top of the motherfucking head, bat them niggas in the mouth. Yeah. That's what we're here to do. That's what the fuck we're here to do, dog. So, that's pretty much it. Snax on Sportz. You feel me? I'm fit to be back with another one, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna talk about this Deshaun Watson. I gotta do an episode about my Niners too. You know what I mean? They on a roll right now. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do an episode about my Niners. And I keep saying this week I'm gonna do a weekly recap of the NFL and this and that. I ain't did an NFL weekly recap in like 10 weeks now. That's sad, bro. But you know, I've been having other stuff going on, man. You know what I mean? I've been having to make sure, you know, everything is good at home as far as, you know, working and, you know, make sure, you know, the rent is paid and all of those other shit. So I just ain't had and it's gonna happen. Eventually I will, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to come up out this little rut I've been in and make sure, and, you know, keeping your head above water. You know what I'm talking about? But I hadn't had a lot of time to just sit and dedicate to doing these episodes, because I don't like to just fly by night this shit. I like to, if I know I'm gonna do an episode, I kind of prepare for it, to kind of think about what I'm gonna say. Every episode I do, I'm fresh off the dome. You know what I'm saying? It's all freestyling, but at the same time, I do kind of think about what I want to say, you know what I mean? And just go from there. So yeah, you know, and then I gotta, type up the description in the YouTube thing, and kind of like word it and see, so that way when a motherfucker click on the live, you know what I mean, and see me talking and watch the shit, then they can go to the description and kind of see, you know what I mean, kind of what I'm talking about, even though they can just watch it and see what I'm talking about. But just all that, you know what I mean, just all that shit. Yeah, should be taking a little time. I don't like to just jump on this motherfucker and just go live. You know what I mean? I gotta have everything right before I go live. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm gonna be eventually, you know what I mean? I want to get to the point to where I can, be doing 2 or 3 episodes a day. You know what I'm saying? But Snax on Sports, I'm gone, man. Golden State Warriors, we the champs. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought, nigga. Yeah, Boston baked beans. We on your motherfucking ass, boy.